Ian, welcome to Forest Green. We're delighted to have you on board. How does it feel to finally be sat here in Nailsworth?
It's great. It's obviously happened quick. Been a busy week from that respect, but obviously once I heard about the interest and the opportunity, I was really happy to get here. I mean, obviously there's been speculation for a while, and I've had, those questions put to me in media, even in Notts. But for me, I've only had one focus, and that was in the job that I had. Unfortunately, we didn't get to where we wanted to be on Monday night, and after the game, then things started to move quickly, and then it's been things happen fast in football, and that happens. But no, really happy to be here.
And what were some of the main attractions for the move here to Forest Green? I
think, firstly, I spoke to a lot of people about the club, and they said firstly that it's really good people within the club, that it's a progressive club, that it wants very ambitious, and as I've seen it develop, I've obviously following English football even while I've been abroad. You've seen Forest Green be successful, and they've got a great working process. So it was something that attracted me to the club. In addition to that, the challenge of League One, the challenge with big clubs in this league, and testing yourself as a coach on the next level.
You mentioned your time abroad there. You've had a really interesting career path that's led you to where you are today. Can you give us a little bit of detail about that and sort of where you've been at as a head coach?
Yeah, I started in England, obviously in Leeds, in the academy there, and I got a lot of background in youth football and youth academy football. But I went out around 10 years ago now to Norway. We worked in the top flight in Norway for 5 years in two different clubs, Sarpsborg and Viking. After 5 years, I moved to Sweden. I was offered the job at Östersund in Sweden, in the north of Sweden, followed Graham Potter there. And yeah, top league in Sweden for a couple of years. Brilliant experience. Great to see different football, different environments, different cultures. Learned a lot about football, about myself out there, and the time was right around just over a year ago to come back to England, and obviously I've been back in England for the last kind of 18 months.
And how did you find that shift back to England?
It was good. I think the family and myself, we were ready to come back. We'd been almost 8 years away, so we felt like it was the right step. I was fortunate to go into a good club in Notts County and really enjoyed my time there. Good people in the club, and I think we had a good season and developed quite a lot. And me as a coach has continued to develop, and this is the next part for me.
And as Forest Green fans know, the National League is a very tricky division. How did you find your time in charge of Notts County during that?
Yeah, it's a challenging division because there's a lot of good teams in it now. You see a lot of big clubs in it, Notts being one of them. And the competition to get out with only one spot, as Forest Green know well, it's a tough league to get out of. So, but we performed very well in a lot of the games. I think we did played some good football and put the foundations in. And yeah, I learned a lot. It was some tough games in that division, both home and away. You go to really different environments and play against some different styles. So good experience coming back from abroad. I needed to reintroduce myself back into the English game, and I think that was a great step.
Obviously, Forest Green, the world's first vegan football club, but that's not something entirely new to you, is it, during your time at Notts County?
No, I think we've considered the way in which we utilise diet at Notts, and the head of performance there was keen to remove kind of meat products from our pre-match routines, and I think the players responded well on that. In addition, in Sweden, I found certainly in Östersund, a lot of the players were very, very aware of and conscious about food and diet, and quite a few players had gone vegan, meat-free. So it's something that I think more players are aware of. It's something that people consider in terms of performance, and I'm really interested to kind of see how it works here and learn a bit more about it.
Obviously, Forest Green have a real vision off the pitch in that sense. What's your vision on the pitch for your first season here at Forest Green?
I mean, anybody that will have seen my teams play, whether that's in Notts or in abroad, Sweden and Norway, I think we play a brave, attractive style of football. The ball wants to be on the floor and we pass the ball, try to play attack-minded football. So want the teams to be positive, and hopefully put a brand of football that fans enjoy to watch. So that's what I've done always before, and that's what I believe is the best way.
And how important is it that the football is enjoyable? Obviously, results will always come first, but where does that sort of stack up?
I mean, for me, the results are important, but it's part of what we do. I do this because I think that it's going to bring us results as well. But at the same time, we want to be able to put a product on the pitch that our fans can be proud of, that they think is fun to come to the stadium and watch, is enjoyable, and players, I think, enjoy that sort of football as well. And I think when you have that kind of feeling about the identity of the way in which you play, I think players really buy into that.
Things, as you've already mentioned, moved very quickly over the last week. Have you had much of a chance to look at the squad here at Forest Green Rovers and sort of work out what you like about it and where the stars are?
Yeah, I mean, like you say, it's happened quite quickly, and I'm aware of I watch a lot of football anyway, so I've seen plenty of the games in the last year. So I'm aware of obviously some of the players and the way in which the team's been set up and played, and it's obviously off the back of a fantastic season and a great achievement in what they've done. So I know that there's some really, really good players here. Over the next few weeks, it's my job to really dig a bit deeper into the strengths and the weaknesses and work together with the rest of the guys on building a squad to take on League One.
And obviously with that step up a division, it is going to come some recruitment. Have you had a chance to speak with Richard Hughes about your plans for that yet, or is that something that you're planning to tackle over the coming months?
I think we'll tackle that soon. We haven't got so much into detail with that, but I know that Forest Green has been a team, together with Rich and the guys that have been here, that have recruited really well, and so it's great for me to come into an environment where there's already a great process in place. It's just for me to kind of learn a bit more about the team, try to let everybody learn how I want the game to be played, and that means that we can recruit the right kind of players for that. And I think certainly starting today and then moving forwards, we'll get our teeth into that.
And have you had a chance to speak to any of the players, or again, is that something that's going to come now that the announcement has been made official?
Yeah, it will come after this. I'm sure the players are enjoying their own break at the moment, and well deserved as well. So all in good time. I'll certainly be in touch with the players, but they probably want a bit of a break now, so I'll give them that as well.
And it's just under a month now until pre-season preparations start again. It really flies by the summer. How are you looking forward to getting started and getting the boys in on day one?
Yeah, always it's exciting. It's exciting at the start of a new season, no matter where you are, but especially when you come into a new club and new players, new environment, to get your teeth into that. So, I start thinking straight away about how pre-season's going to look and the kind of things that we want to do to make sure that we get the team up and running and firing for the start of the season. And I've looked at some of the pre-season fixtures. We've got some really exciting fixtures where I think we're going to learn a lot about the team during those games as well.
And how do you tackle that pre-season preparation? Are you all about sort of getting the tests done, or is it getting the ball out on the grass as quickly as possible?
Yeah, it's football for me. Football's the best way. If you do it right, you're gonna get what you need out of that. Of course, there's always some elements of testing, and you need to get some reference points that you're going to use for the rest of the season. But the reality is that these are football players that want to play football, and I think we get much more out of players when they're playing football than running without a ball. So we work hard. It's always hard pre-season. It builds your foundation for the rest of the year, but it's important to be on the grass and working straight away.
And as you say, they are here to play football. And do you think that love of the sport is what breeds success?
I think so. I think you've got to enjoy it every day. I think you've got to come in and feel a part of something and feel that you're enjoying the training and feel that you're a part of a team that wants to be successful. So I think enjoyment's big. I think you always get a bit more hard work when everybody's enjoying it as well. And
this is a new step for Forest Green, a first time in their history entering League One. How does it feel to be the man at the helm for that?
Yeah, it's exciting. It's a big challenge. We know that this is a strong league. You see some huge teams in this division, but the club has worked unbelievably hard to get to this point. So it's great for me to try to take that on now and take the club forwards and show that we belong here.
And what are your targets for the coming season?
Of course, we want to establish ourselves in League One. That's important. But we want to really have a go and show that we're not here not just to survive, but here to play good football and challenge some of the big boys.